Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are live here on Wednesday nights for the ESFL Network, hosting one of our affiliate leagues, IXC, for their 8th card on the ESFL Network. I am your host and play-by-play of for the night, Kingsley, and alongside me is Mr. The Grind Never Stops, the one, the only Crooks. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. I'm looking forward to these fights that we about to see tonight, Kingsley.
Absolutely. You know, on Wednesday nights, we bring out incredible fights from all of our affiliate leagues, and this one is going to be unlike any other card because for IXC, their fight card looks just amazing. I mean, take a look at this fight card that we have right here for you guys. Co-main event, AJS Caliber versus ICB Dragon, and then the 5-round main event, JD versus AJS the Pug. I mean, all these fights look incredible, but what fight are you looking forward to the most when you look at this fight card, Crooks?
Well, I'm looking forward to the first fight of the night, which is Smart Brady and AJS Stewie. We see Smart Brady in the ESFL chat a lot, so I'm interested to see what he has going on in terms of gameplay. And AJS Stewie is somebody that I've gotten to know. He has personally popped into my streams on plenty of occasions, so I'm interested to see him fight, as well as Bone doing work and Seymour Butts. The last time I seen Seymour Butts fight, he had a very, very good fight. And Bone doing work is an ESFL veteran, so we're going to see how both of those fighters approach the fight. But those are the two fights that I'm looking forward to the most here, Kingsley.
Very interesting matchups that we have up and down the card. 6 fights for you guys here on Wednesday nights. And without further ado, let's get straight into our first fight of the night. Both guys in the fighter selection screen. And you see a Holloway mirror match between Smart Brady 1 versus AJS Stewie. And when you think of this Max Holloway matchup, it's all about what you could do with the controller right here, Crooks.
Yeah, it's the truth. I mean, Max Holloway is the best player. He's the best fighter in that weight class right now. He's got really good stand-up. He's hard as hell to take down. And he also has very good head. He also has very good kicks as well. So we're going to see, this is really going to test skill against skill. There's no player advantage on either side here, Kingston.
And all right, we see the referee getting both competitors ready for our ESFL Network card, IXC 8, on live here on Twitch and on YouTube. Again, let's see, Stewie is in the red gloves using Max Holloway, and then Smart Brady in the blue. And already a filling out process, trying to fight a little bit more on the phone, but good body shots landing from Brady. Brady just needs to find a way to get the distance and already just change up the levels, attacking the body a lot more than what we see Stewie. But Stewie answers with a body shot, and now we're seeing just change the levels. And so far, both guys seem very confident in their combination so far, Chris.
Yeah, they're both just kind of exchanging as he gets a beautiful knockdown there on the push kick. But what I do see that needs to be addressed there was Stewie's body kicks in that pocket. He needs to be very, very careful as Smart Brady has him here on the ground. He's posturing up, trying to get some decent damage off. He's able to hit that transition because Brady is moving and draining his stamina. He blocks the sprawl there. It looks like Smart Brady is going to have the advantage here on the ground if this fight stays here.
Yeah, he's doing a very good job just controlling his opponent down on the ground all the way into a back mount position with plenty of time, but transitions back into a half guard. And you have to think he has a posture up to at least get some damage, take control of this full top mount position as both guys are going to get stand up. Good job by Stewie to get back to the stand up game, but again, takes a body shot for the heck of it. And already back to the stand up, center of the octagon. Nice uppercut landing on the body, and nice combination to the chin, to the body again, but good answering back so far, just trading shots from both competitors. And we see Brady needs to find a way to just continue on, but suffers a head kick, vicious head kick from Stewie doing some good jobs, and that head kick might start some momentum for him, Chris.
Yeah, it built a little bit of momentum. It kind of made Smart Brady back up for a second, but he hits him with a good overhand right there. Now Stewie AGS, he needs to be careful because Smart Brady is standing in southpaw, so it does open up that lead overhand, and it's very hard to slip that when you're standing in orthodox because you have to sway in the opposite direction, as well as it opens up that rear body kick to the open side of the body, and it does a lot of damage, especially if he catches you after you've thrown a combination. But it looks like Stewie AGS is starting to find his rhythm here. He's starting to get in some good shots, starting to break that block like there. He gets hit with an uppercut, so he needs to be very careful not to get pull countered here because we know the pull counters are very strong, especially from a Max Holloway.
Oh!
He gets a beautiful knockdown there against the cage. He's definitely taking control of this round, Kingsley.
With under 35 seconds left to go in this first round, it seemed like it was going good for Stewie. Stewie had a good combination, using a lot of that stamina and putting it to work, but then just one smart move by Brady, able to get the knockdown and now fully controlling with 10 seconds to go. This has to be his round after that knockdown and adjusted scorecards, as we will end on the ground of the first round. Taking a look at the fight stats, 40-47, 29-19 in significant strides, all in favor of Smart Brady. And when we take a look at the replay, look, vicious head kick on the head of Stewie. And you have to think, Crooks, Stewie needs to find a way to get back in this fight.
Yeah, he needs to try to do better on the stand-up. He was doing a good job there towards. Actually, I apologize. Stewie was. Man, I don't know which is which. I have to pay attention to the tape on the gloves. Because, man, they're both playing Max Holloway, so you really got to pay attention. But
right,
Stewie was doing a good job towards the end of that round of finding Smart Brady with his combinations. But he needs to be very careful because he got knocked down towards the end of the round there.
And again, to remind you guys, since it's the mirror match, Stewie is in the red gloves and Smart Brady is in the blue. And already Stewie almost getting taken down, but good defense by him. Smart Brady trying to just change the levels, trying to go for some wrestling, gets a nice spinning roundhouse to the body, but again, suffers a mean combinations. These combinations are going hot and heavy, and it's just a brawl as Stewie's back to the cage, but trying to press on forward. Head kick seems to be the move of the fight for both gentlemen, trying to go for it, try to get another knockdown with plenty of time left. And Crooks, you have to think, Stewie, he kind of needs to play a little bit of a counter punch, trying to avoid those body shots and gauge his distance and not try to go many for those uppercuts.
Yeah, he needs to be careful because he's getting hit with low stamina. And his stamina is slowly but surely draining away. Smart Brady whiffs a head kick there. He needs to be very, very careful. It looks like both. He was able to slip that front kick there. And now he's in a ground and pound finish situation here. He's able to slip that straight and he's able to get back up to the feet. But I can tell you one thing. Smart Brady is now aware that Stewie can put him out at any time. That head health is a little bit lower than Stewie, so he needs to be real careful as he shoots for the double leg cancel there. He hits him with a good elbow on the release there. But Smart Brady needs to be careful. He gets caught with a hook right there. He's in major, major trouble here, Kingsley.
Major, major trouble indeed with a little over 2 minutes. And again, those whips have been the story of the fight. Both guys getting rocked countless times in the second round. It's all about who's going to gauge their distance right and who's not going to be able to whip. Who is going to make the crucial mistake? Oh, a head kick landing again. It's been the move of the night, but the whips have been the key story as a nice trip from Smart Brady. Smart Brady tried to go for a spinning roundhouse, not able to get it. Under 1:25 left in the second round. Stewie finding his way, tries to land an uppercut, not really getting much, but he gets the head blinking for Brady. Brady trying to go for a combination, press it forward, gets a whiff. Oh, another knockdown. Stewie, can he finish it here? The defense needs to be perfect, and it's not. Stewie from AJS gets the victory with over less than a minute into the second round, and man, back and forth in that second round for both competitors, but it seemed like it was much of a brawl rather than an MMA fight right there, Crooks.
Yeah, and what it really came down to was towards the end, they were both trying to break the block with head kicks, and they kept whiffing. So it really came down to whoever whiffed that last kick and got punished was going to be the one that was going to end the fight. They both were going for it all, man. They were trying to throw a lot of those head kicks. They were both slipping them. They just weren't able to make each other pay all of the time. But, man, if you wanted a drag-out brawl, that is a great fight to start off with, and that's a great example of two competitors just coming out and giving it their all there.
Absolutely. I mean, it was all about who was going to make the last mistake. Both guys were using stamina equally. We saw a little bit of wrestling, but it was mainly about the striking and who was going to gauge their distance right. And just a matter of time, like both guys were, it was like a penalty shootout. Like every person was predicting correctly of whether they were going to save or like just whiff a kick, and it just worked out in Stewie's favor. But man, so far so good. We still have plenty more fights. We welcome you guys to ESFL Network IXC Aid, one of our affiliate leagues. It's going to be a magical time. And speaking of magical times, we have our second fight ready to go. I think they're in the Fire selection screen, and this is going to be Flacco Gaming against Snatch My Life, who we previously saw on our ESFL Network cards.
Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting fight, especially because it is a Henry Cejudo versus Cody Garbrandt matchup. So the old striker versus wrestling matchup is upon us. Cody has heavy hands, has some of the best stand-up in the bantamweight division, hits hard, has really fast strikes as well against Henry Cejudo, who has arguably the best grappling in that division too. So we're gonna see who is able to enact their game plan here.
Absolutely. Snatch My Life in the red gloves using Henry Cejudo. Flacco in the blue, fighting with the Cody Garbrandt. Nice, able to land that head kick, but not really showing much in the damage, but already a takedown. This is where you don't want to be if you're Cody Garbrandt going against Henry Cejudo right here, Crooks.
Yeah, now he's back up against the cage. This is not really where you want to be. If I'm Satchmo, I'm trying to take that back here. He goes for that judo trip, gets it, and now he's in side control. Now, if I'm Satchmo here, I am trying to control Cody Garbrandt as much as I possibly can. I am trying to not let him get back to his feet as he tries to go for the clinch there, and is denied. Good job by Satchmo. He's chipping away at that body health. That's going to slowly but surely drain Cody Garbrandt's health, but he gets hit with that side control transition. Now he is on the bottom. This is not where you want to be with Cody Garbrandt raining down strikes on you.
Yeah, and that's always the cautious situation. Like, you have the reverse, you're more of a striker, you're facing against a ground specialist, and when do you try to take your opportunities in the posture up? As we're back in the stand-up right here, and good combinations landing from Flacco. Flacco doing some good work with Cody Garbrandt, but Henry Cejudo, tries to land the head kick. Head kick lands. Not able to get out of the distance from Snatch My Life. Snatch My Life, smelling blood in the water. Tries to go for a flying knee, Flacco does, but not able to get it. And now we're just back in a brawl. Kind of a fast pace that we saw from the first fight on this network card. And right now, just body shots, uppercuts landing, just fists flying all around. Cartwheel kicks being not landed, but attempted. And Crooks, you have to think, you kind of need to slow the pace down if you're both competitors.
Yeah, but I feel like Satchmo is fighting at a pace that he likes. He's pressuring he's pressuring the Cody Garbrandt very well. He's making him whiff a lot of his combinations. It looks like he's fighting at the right pace as he's able to get that ankle pick there. And he's getting the takedowns whenever he wants as he transitions into this top mount right here. Now this is going to be dangerous. You do not want Henry Cejudo raining down ground and pound, because his ground and pound stats are very high. Cody Garbrandt needs to get out of this full mount as soon as possible, but it doesn't look like he's in a rush to get out of here. If it was me personally, I'd try to transition as he does there. And he needs to try to block that half guard posture, but he's not able to do it, and he's eating a lot of ground and pound strikes here. He's able to flip that straight and get that Kimura reversal. This is a great spot for him to be in.
Very good spot. He's going for a submission right here. That escape bar going a little bit higher than compared to the submit bar in the blue. So I think he's going to have enough time to get out of it. But again, it might look good in judges' scorecards. But again, Snatch My Life with a rock, able to get some takedowns, able to hurt his opponent as much. And we saw the posture up do a lot of damage as we go into the 5 seconds left in this final round, in this first round, excuse me. And I think we're going to see the fight sets here. In fight sets, 41-27, 18-11 in significant strides, all in favor of Snatch My Life. And he's having a good round so far. Actually, a good fight in general.
Yeah, he is. He was able to get 4 out of the 5 takedowns that he shot for, and he was really the one that was setting the pace. He was not letting Cody Garbrandt fight at the pace that he wanted or at the range. With a good uppercut right there. It just seems like Satchmo is just... he's fighting at the pace, and he's pressing the pace and getting Cody Garbrandt to really just make mistakes. And they're silly mistakes too. He's not exchanging at the right times. He's opening himself up to get the takedown hit on him. And it's just, overall, it's just been a great performance from Satch.
Yeah, and you have to think, it seems like every time Flacco gets rocked, he goes for that flying knee. Oh, but wait a minute, he goes for the head kick, and it succeeds perfectly, putting my point down in the burial ground. And you have to think, now Snazmore needs to find a way to not try to, like, collapse under the pressure. And as you see Henry Cejudo do what he's doing best and go into the ground. And you have to think, he needs to do that after that crucial rock.
Yeah, he's down in the round, but he gets the crucifix. Now, this can be a horrible position if you do not know how to get out of here. He's taking some elbows to the head here. Flacco needs to be patient. He tries to transition. He transitions. He's able to get into side saddle, but you are not in safe country here, especially with Henry Cejudo. Now, what is Henry going to do here? Is he going to posture up or try to take the back? He decides to go for the ground and pound to try to make up for the rock that he just gave up on the feet. But Flacco tries to get up. He gets denied, and he gets his back taken here. Now, he needs to be real careful about what he does here because Cody Garbrandt does have those punch flicks, but he's able to back flat him here. I'm surprised that he's going for the posture up strikes because, people tend to go for rear naked chokes because of the powerful they're one of the most powerful submissions in the game. But good job by Cody getting out of that full mount there.
Yeah, under 2 minutes to go in the second round. That's a nice reversal. Happens for Flacco. Now, Flacco going for a posture up. Is he going to try to get up and keep it standing? But again, he's going to stay to the ground. He's going to stay in this half guard position, feeling like he does a little bit more of a better job. But, that stab is so low. And now into a sprawl. Almost a chance for Snatch for life to get a reversal and go back up. But here we go. Back to the stand-up. Plenty of time to do some crazy cartwheel, and that's like kind of the moment as he gets rocked and knocked down again. The flying knees, the cartwheels, they are very flashy, but they're not going to get the job done against Snatch for Life. Snatch for Life has an answer for every kind of situation that he's been put through.
Yeah, and I believe that's the first rock for Satchmo as he lets Flacco get up. So now I believe it's 1-1. Satchmo has rocked Cody, and Flacco has rocked him back with a brutal overhand there, and this could be it. This is one of the worst positions to be in if you're about to get finished. He denies the back mount there. Satchmo, I'm pretty sure, has this round wrapped up. He's knocked Flacco down twice. He denies that transition there. He has a lot of GA, and he ends the round on top. That couldn't have gone at the beginning of the round. Satchmo got hurt, but other than that, it couldn't have gone, honestly, any better for him in the latter half of that round there, Kingsley.
33-23 in total strikes landed in favor of Snatch Live, 19 to actually 6 in significant strikes. The third and final round, it could possibly be 2-0 for Snatchmo. And again, another rock from the get-go, a simple 1-2 in the face of Flacco. Oh, the front kick into an up kick. Okay, we're bringing out the fancy stuff for this third and final round of the second fight as another rock happens against Snatch My Life, feeling the rhythm, gets another knockdown again. Head kick, tries to go for it. Now both guys going for the home run hits. You have to think Flacco, will he possibly try to go for a flying knee? Hits back into the cage. Oh, but an uppercut, a simple left uppercut will do it. And Snatch My Life with a Henry Cejudo wins the contest. Impressive victory from Satchmo Life here, Crooks.
Yeah, Satchmo, the only real trouble he had was he got hurt there and got knocked down there in that second round. But from the first round until the finish there in the third round, he was in control of what was going on. He was shooting and getting takedowns at will. He was controlling the stand-up. He was hurting Cody Garbrandt. He's hurting Flacco on the feet. There just wasn't an area where Flacco was really better at and more comfortable at than Satch. So it was a great overall performance, and I can't wait to see him perform again, whether that be in the IXC again or maybe he could be in fill-in for the ESFL as well. He performed that well.
And like another thing that has to be crucial in Snatch More Live's performance was that anything that Flacco was trying to do, we called this Sunday card last weekend. We saw Hammer going against someone who did like flying knees. He did a flying knee just out of nowhere, and we see people get phased and like kind of discombobulated when they had like so much of a lead. So the fact that he able to stay calm, cool, collected, not fall into the trap of a cartwheel or a flying knee, that's very impressive in the ESFLI. So, well, I'm sure we're going to be able to see him in the future cards, maybe fill in for someone in the ESFL, as you said. So a lot of things to look out for Snatch My Life. But again, I think we're ready. We're almost halfway through this card, Crooks. Our third fight is almost ready to go in the fight selection, and this one is kind of a good one. Goals 99 going against Gorilla Sandwich in the middleweight division. And what do you think about the middleweight? A lot of great choices to pick from.
Yeah, you do. Usually you tend to see a lot of Robert Whitaker matchups here or an Israel Adesanya matchup, but it looks like these guys are going the opposite direction. They're going with Khamzat and Michael Bisping. two of the guys that we really don't see used in middleweight too much. Khamzat was used a lot when he was first released, but I tend to not see him a lot in ranked anymore. But it's really the style of, or the type of matchup of two different styles. Michael Bisping is a very boxing, stand-up heavy guy, and Khamzat is a very grapple heavy guy. So we're going to see how both of these competitors approach this fight here.
Yeah, it's like old school versus new school, with Bisping being on the red gloves and Chimaev for the UFC 4. It brings me back to UFC 2 and UFC 3 when we see a Bisping kind of new as Gorilla Sandwich, again, using the Bisping in the red gloves, goes in using Chimaev, and already back in the phone booth in this third fight right here. Oh, front kick landed from Bisping. Good stuff. Going for some good fancy stuff, but really working well, and the grapple advantage in his favor. And now it's up to Chimaev to answer back. That's a nice clean left and right hook landing again, but going for the combinations. Oh, and now they're just brawling back in the phone booth. Both guys filling the process out a little bit more, but it seems like we're going high and heavy as a judo throw gets landed into side tunnel, and this has to be looking good for Goals right here, friends.
Yeah, Goals is in the spot where his fighter works the best. He has great ground stats. He has a 93 top game against Bisping's, I believe, 89 to 90 off the back, or it might be a little worse. Those are just what it was, at least in UFC 3. I don't use him a lot, but this is where he should try to do most of his work. He should try to keep Bisping down here on the ground, hit to his body, and as he goes for the back take there, he's able to get the back mount. Bisping wisely rolls into full mount here. He's going to try to get some good ground and pound off here to get some good points. And even if he's not able to land ground and pound here, he's breaking that block. He's just chipping away. He's draining Bisping's stamina. He's chipping away at that time, which as a grappler you really want to do. You want to make your opponent feel the pressure when they do get up here. But he's trying to go for some more good ground and pound here. He's throwing a lot of hooks. But overall, it's been a very, very good performance here on the ground from Goals.
Yeah, we're seeing Gross just go into this posture of not really getting denied as much. Gorilla Sandwich needs to find a way to get out of this situation. He has 2 minutes to go to just try to take this round again, but those denials will not help his case as another posture up into half guard, not really going for the strikes, just chasing it up a little bit, not trying to be predictable when it comes to the ground game. It's a little bit of a chess match as we're in timeout, gets denied, and oh man, if you're Gorilla Sandwich, you're in a bad situation right here. As the punches and punches will land, the screen will go red. Very close, block gauge low, head held somewhat low, and now into the full half guard, excuse me. Chimaev looking really good. Goals having to sell the game plan and not really getting denied, but he needs to watch out for that stamina right here, friends. Yeah,
he does. He's transitioning in and immediately posturing up right after the transition, so he really needs to be careful. As he gets another transition block there, if I'm Bisping, when we're full guard, I'm trying to get up. I'm using a lot of fake transitions to try to gain some GA while I'm punching, instead of just trying to go, as he's able to roll in there in the half guard. Now, I think it's fair to say that Chimaev is on top. He is winning this round based off of his grappling effectiveness, as well as the damage that he was able to do in the ground and pound when he was in full mount. So if I'm Bisping, I'm just going to take the rest of the round to kind of see what he's doing and understand that I can get this back in a second.
I mean, it's only 1 round compared to 3 rounds, so yeah, plenty of time. Look at the replay. We see some good striking from Bisping, but Chimaev able to get those hooks and able to disrupt his opponent on the ground as we go into the second round of our third fight of our IXC A card on the ESFL network. Again, Gorilla Sandwich in the red gloves using Bisping, and then Goals uses Chimaev in the blue. And already the clinch, the punches landing nicely for Goals. Goals going for takedowns and gets it into side control with less than 30 seconds in the second round. And you have to think, this is not where Gorilla Sandwich wants to be. He has plenty of time to get out of it, but he needs to make sure he's on his P's and Q's when it comes to transitions as he gets back up right here, Chris.
Yeah, and he did a good job getting back to his feet. Now, what I would like to see him do is in the pocket, just mix up high 1-2s. You know, just try to chip the block away with some jabs and some straights, and try not to get taken down. He's getting hit with that double leg up or down transition, the one that's so hard to stop right now in this current meta. He just needs to be ready to deny the takedowns immediately, whether that be, you know, just giving himself some space and immediately trying to block low, or just trying to chip away the block to where he can get some solid damage off. As he's able to deny a takedown right there, he pressures and back up to the cage, but he does deny that judo throw right there. So he's getting better at blocking the takedowns here, and he's taking advantage of Michael Bisping being the better stand-up fighter here, Kingsley.
In FTC, we usually say down low complete when you figure out your opponent's game plan. And now we're just going back in the brawl, and you can see the momentum has switched to Gorilla Sandwich's position as he's able to get some nice clean strikes in, but he needs to be careful. And he's going with these flips. He's landing some nice combinations. Will he deny this takedown? He will, into another clinch. And now he is 0 for 3 in the second round, whipping very hugely, losing a lot of stamina goals is. And now Gorilla Sandwich needs to find a way to capitalize. He has 2 minutes to go. He can take this round as an uppercut lands into a rock position and a knockdown. That's how you come back, but an up kick lands into a difficult position. But Gorilla, he has plenty of stamina with this Bisping pick. He needs to find a way to just attack his opponent, but be a little bit cautious. The takedowns are still in play, but so far so good for Gorilla Sandwich right here, Crux.
Yeah, Gorilla Sandwich has downloaded the game plan like you said, Kingsley. He's on top of those takedown denials now. He's made the adjustment. Now it's Gold's turn to make the adjustment to what Gorilla Sandwich is doing. He's getting pressured here. He's getting his block broken. Gorilla's just really pressuring him, breaking that block down with the jabs. He's denying the takedowns. He's getting in body damage when he is denying the takedowns. If I'm trying to go for the clinch. As Gorilla, after Gorilla is done throwing his 2 strikes to break my block, I'm immediately going for that clinch. I'm throwing a knee, and then I'm trying to take him down. But it's a very, very hard thing to do. It's easier said than done, but he's trying his best out here, but he is getting caught with a lot of strikes coming in here, Kingsley.
And it's only 5 seconds left, but you know anything could possibly happen. And as you see that the end of that second round, already we see Gorilla Sandwich just pressuring his opponent. As you see in the replay, the knockdown viciously landing with that left hook on the face of Goals, aka Shemaev. And you have to think, third and final round, it could possibly be 1-1. Let's see how this third and final round will go in this contest. Gorilla in the red has a nice touch of respect, and already we're back into the fight. Goals needs to find a way to redeem himself after that second round. Gorilla Sandwich looking to continue on the momentum, checking kicks, going for a takedown, 0 for 1 already, and just continuing that denial of the takedown so far. Gorilla Sandwich on his P's and Q's when it comes to takedown defense. Now can he capitalize? He can't suffer hooks, and he's suffering 2 hooks, light hooks, and oh my god, again, but he needs to watch out for the pressure. It's not use a lot of stamina, and so far, already both guys just teeter-tottering, trying to figure out a way to access their game plan as a takedown lands, and finally, after 6 potential takedowns, finally lands one right there, Crooks.
Yeah, and this is where Goals needs to go to work. It is 1-1. I believe it is 1-1. Gorilla Sandwich won that second round, but Goals won the first. So if he's able to do some good ground and pound work here, get some solid damage off before it is stood back up to the feet, he will win this round. So he just needs to take his time, not give Gorilla Sandwich a lot of opportunities to roll him or to get up. So if I'm him, I'm just, I'm trying to block the transitions that'll let him reverse the position as he blocks the full guard sweep right there from Bisping, and he's going to go ahead and take side control here. Now this can be a very dominant position if you know what your opponent is trying to transition to, and it looks like he's just trying to block that get up that Bisping hit earlier to try to get up. Now he's in a great position here with the crucifix, and he's even in a good position here with this side saddle here, Kingsley. He can do a lot of damage and break the block of Bisping here.
And the clock is ticking away for Gorilla Sandwich, having such a great second round, only to be back in this position right here and get denied again, possibly closer to the 2-minute mark right here. And now the posture up, and this will score Goals some points right here as that head health is just blinking low. Now it's Gorilla Sandwich time to find a way to get out of it. This is probably his one opportunity. He needs to do something right here. He still has a chance, but man, clock is ticking away so closely, and he gets denied again. The denials from Goals working to his favor so far, and again, this is very, very tough right here, Crooks.
Yeah, Goals is doing a great job of denying literally every transition that Gorilla Sandwich is going for. It's going to be tough here as he tries to go for side control. It's a very, very tough fight here, and it's going to be very tough for him to get up as he's
wait
able
a minute, 50 seconds.
Now, Gorilla Sandwich in this last minute, he needs to do something that is going to sway the judges towards him on the scorecard. He needs to break that block and get a knockdown, either a knockdown or a rock. That is the only way that I see that the judges will score this fight for him.
Oh,
But he
a rock
hit
right
rock
there.
right there. He needs to be very careful, but he needs to go for it here, Kingsley.
15 seconds. He needs to push the pedal to the metal. He needs to find a way to steal this round. Will he try to do a crit? He has his opponents back to the cage. He needs to land something, and they will go to the judges' scorecards. And man, after that third round, you have to think it might be in the hands of Chimaev, but you never know with the UFC 4 judges. But man, as we take a look at the replays here, just takedowns being the story. But that second round was very key for Bisping, aka Gorilla Sandwich, but not really much in the favor of Gorilla Sandwich in that third round.
Yeah, I feel like the first round he got controlled quite a bit. Golds was able to land. It's the decision right there. Yeah, Golds in the first round, he did a good job of controlling Bisping as well as getting off some solid damage. And in that third round, he was able to get him down again, control him for a majority of the round. I think the last 50 seconds was the only stand-up we really had in that round. But Gorilla Sandwich did a great job of making an adjustment in that second round, getting some rocks, starting to chip away at that head health of Chimaev, was doing great on the takedown defense. It's so hard to deny somebody once they're dead set on grappling you, especially in the clinch. That judo throw can be very, very tough to time a denial on. But overall, a great performance from both men. And Goals, shout out to you. You were able to get that takedown and control him there in the third round and get the victory there.
Very much the persistence. He was getting denied every single time in that second round, and then he finally got it. And it took a lot of he stuck to his guns. He knew what his game plan, he knew what his strengths were, and he was able to capitalize very successfully. But kudos for Gorilla Sandwich as well, of just trying to fight his way back. And just unfortunately, it just didn't work out well for him. Hopefully, we get to see him back here on these ESFL Network cards. But speaking about ESFL Network cards, I mean, let's take a look at these cards again. And man, so far 3 fights in, already to the halfway mark, and we had a couple of fun fights, but very interesting fights as well here, Crooks.
Yeah, I mean, Smart Brady and AJS Stewie was literally whoever was gonna land the head kick is what we thought was gonna get the finish in that one. That was a stand-up war between the Holloways. Satchmo did a great job with his Henry Cejudo against Flacco's Cody Garbrandt. He executed a great game plan. That was a great fight by him in that fight. And then the fight that we just seen with Goals and Gorilla Sandwich was also very, very close, with Goals winning the first, Gorilla coming back and causing him major problems in that second round. And at the end of the day, Goals just had too much in the tank for Gorilla Sandwich to handle. And we are only halfway through these fights. So if the second half of the fights are like anything like the first half, we're about to have some more bangers of fights here, Kingsley.
Yeah, speaking of bangers, I think our fourth fight is ready to go. Bone doing work versus Seymour Butts. And this has potential fight and night caliber fight in the making in this whole scenario, especially at lightweight. Dustin Poirier versus Conor McGregor. I mean, when you look at this matchup, this looks like it could be one of those amazing matches that we always see.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be very stand-up heavy now. Dustin Poirier does have a good ground game as well, but he did get a nice little buff to his stats. He has a 96 speed with 95 power, but Conor McGregor, we all know, has that 98 power, or that 98 speed with the 97 power. So I wouldn't be expecting either one of these fighters to be shooting for takedowns here, Kingsley.
All right, and again, our referee trying to get both guys ready. Again, Bone doing work in the red gloves using Dustin Poirier, Seymour in the red using Conor McGregor in the blue. Let's see how it goes down. This is your 4th fight of IXC on the ESFL Network. I am your play-by-play commentator, Kingsley. Alongside me is Crooks, live here on Twitch and on YouTube. And already a different kind of pace, just a little kind of different style. We see a little bit more patience from both of these guys, knowing what's at stake to move up further on the IXC rankings. And so far, good 1 and 2 from Bone doing work. Bone doing work, gauging his opponents a little bit, trying to poke out some blockades, trying to disrupt his opponent's flow, not trying to really get his opponent's team more in rhythm in some way.
Yeah, and this is how Bone doing work tends to fight. He tends to just lay back and get a feel for what his opponent is trying to do, and then he tries to counter off of what you're trying to do while you're moving forward. But Seymour Butts does have the character and does have the fighter in Conor McGregor to combat that type of style, because Conor McGregor in real life is a pressure counter fighter. He likes to see what you're going to throw, and then he counters himself. So basically, he counters a counter striker. As we see, Bone is popping off those calf kicks. He's switching stances. He's switching in between southpaw and orthodox. Dustin does have a pretty good switch stance in an 88 here in lightweight. He's catching some damage from Conor McGregor, so he needs to be real careful, because Conor here is, in these first 2 rounds at least, is not going to be wasting a lot of stamina, as he does have the out of the gates perk, which allows him to throw to take less stamina off of his strikes for at least the first 2 rounds. So he needs to be very, very careful, but he's executing a brilliant game plan. He's sticking and moving. He's popping 1-2s and not extending out his combos too much. As you see, Seymour almost made a mistake there in whiffing a head kick. He could have been made to pay there, but Bone's just popping, moving out, and Seymour is just trying to get a good timing on what he's trying to throw here, Kingston.
Yeah, and you have to think that head kick could have been out of frustration, because it seems like he's not able to land much against Bone. I mean, he's trying to get more closely, but every time he tries to come in, he's already suffering like a flurry of punches in those leg kicks, and he already had to switch his stance once. I don't think he wants to do it again, but every time he has his opponent's back to the cage, now he's trying to land some shots. But again, Bone doing some nice work, just managing the distance and making him miss a lot. And again, these head kicks, you have to think it might be coming out of frustration.
Yeah, it's coming out of frustration. This is one of the hardest styles to play against. Anybody that plays competitively, whether it be in any league or in rank, knows how frustrating this style can be. If I was Seymour, what I would be doing is trying to answer the calf kicks with calf kicks. Try to calf kick Bone back, get him to switch stance. As he's moving out, try to hit him with a calf kick towards the side that he's going. But if I'm Bone, I'm executing my game plan perfectly. He's getting impatient. I am catching him with some good strikes. I'm causing him to whiff his head kicks. So overall, we're going to see who's going to make the adjustments going into the second round.
It has to be about the adjustments. I mean, take a look at the fight stats, 38-20 in total strikes landed. I think there was more significant strikes in favor of Bone, but man, look at these replays, all focusing on the leg kicks. Leg kicks have been the story of the fight so far, along with the distance. And you have to think, will Seymour try to play more of a cautious way, or will he try to add on more of the pressure as he did before, as they both touched gloves and we're in the second round? And again, he tries to go for a head kick, but he's not in distance. He's taking the center of the octagon, but he needs to find a way to get in it. But as soon as he tried to make a move, it seems like Bone's work is just leading the dance. He's leading the sweet science, and every time he's trying to make a move, it's just 1 and 2 straight into the face of Seymour.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. You hit the nail on the head. He is leading the dance. You can tell Seymour is getting very frustrated with this style of play. He wants to try to press forward and catch Bone with a good combination and break his block, but Bone is not having that. He's catching him with calf kicks as he's coming in, and it's causing Seymour to switch stance. He switched stance to the orthodox, which significantly affects Conor McGregor, as Conor McGregor only has an 80 switch stance in the game. So his power drops significantly and his speed drops significantly when he's in the orthodox stance. So if I'm Seymour, I'm trying to check some of these calf kicks. Not only will it stop them from coming, it'll also hurt Bone doing work's legs as well. And if I'm Seymour, I'm also going to try to clinch him up, let him know that, hey, this isn't going to be just a stand-up war. But if I'm Bone doing work, I am fighting the perfect fight for me right now. I'm not taking too much damage. I'm getting some good damage off on him. I'm scoring a lot of points on the judges' scorecards, and I would stick to the exact same game plan that I'm fighting with here.
Passed away the halfway mark of the second round right here. Bone doing work, being a little bit more aggressive than what we usually see, but now he needs to watch out. That slip straight will do a lot of damage on the head health of Dustin Poirier, but again, Seymour, now he's finding some rhythm. Oh, the costly mistakes. Bone doing work was looking very good, and then the overhead just stopped plans. And now here we go. Seymour back in the game. This could be his round. He still has plenty of time to do some work, but that's how instantly the momentum can change. Bone doing work. You could do everything right, and then it could just take a simple moment to snatch all the momentum off your side. And now here we go. Seymour playing a little bit more pressure. He knows he has avenues out. He opened up with a head kick previously before, but now that combination has to give him all the momentum. But now it's up to Bone to work. Will he try to answer right here, Crooks?
Yeah, It's definitely going to be Seymour's round. He was able to get that knockdown there, and now he's going to be fighting with a little bit more confidence because now he knows he can hurt Bone doing work. He caught him. All you need is that one strike with Conor McGregor, and he can change the fight entirely. He can either put you out or he can get that beautiful knockdown like he got right there as he hits him with another good jab uppercut. But that leg health is damaged. He's going to need to switch into orthodox, which I said is going to lower that power down just a bit. But he is still very dangerous. He still has very, very good speed with Conor McGregor here. He's back on the pressure with those jabs. He tries to go for a jab hook there, but it cancels a hook right there. But Bone is back in this fight too. He's very, very dangerous as he hits him with a front kick to end the round there.
32-25. Both tied, I think, in the significant strikes. But man, very close. You have to think it could possibly be 1-1. Actually, excuse me, it was 8-6 in favor of Bone doing work. But this is the third final round. Both guys need to definitively win this round to even have a remote chance of winning this fight. And already we're seeing Seymour on the warpath. Again, those leg kicks. He needs to watch out. That's been the story of the whole fight. Bone doing work, doing such a great job on the legs, and now Seymour needs to pay attention to the head health and now the legs. But Seymour, he needs to be the aggressor. He needs to find a way to just attack the body and find a way to land those uppercuts and maybe use some of those slip straights. He's been working really well with them, and again, the leg kicks doing some damage. The distance working really well for Bone, and now Seymour, he needs to find a way to unlock this puzzle right here. He needs to find a way to reclaim the momentum that he had in the second round as he gets a nice clip, a nice uppercut landing, head held, blinking for Bone, but not really doing much. It's very close, and now he's risking it with the legs right here, Crooks. He's letting that left leg out, trying to get more power.
Yeah, he is. He's trying to go for it. He's trying to hope and bank on the fact that Bone is throwing something.
The slip
he hits him with a good slip straight right there, and now he's backing him up. Now Bone, he gets caught right there. He gets knocked down, and he's back up against the cage. Now this is very, very dangerous here for Bone doing work as he gets hit with a hook on the exit right there, and he goes double hook, knocks him down again. Now, how is Bone going to respond here? He needs to stay calm, stay patient, stay composed. He is an ESFL veteran after all. He's fighting on the back foot, but now he gets hit with that straight, and this might be it. He goes into a ground and pound scenario here. Is he going to be able to survive? It doesn't look like he is, and he gets caught with that hook there, Kingsley, to put him to sleep.
Who's back again? Seymour getting the victory over Dustin Poirier, aka Bone doing work. It seemed like it was all good a week ago for Bone doing work, having such a great game plan when it came to the leg kicks. But again, when you go to this left straight of Conor McGregor, it is deadly. And that worked so well for Seymour, able to get the comeback victory after it seemed so bleak from the first round. But man, what an awesome result for Seymour getting the victory right there.
And what a comeback. It looked like he was so frustrated in that first round, but he came out in the second round. He was still stifled a little bit, but he was able to apply the pressure. He was able to get that knockdown in the second round. And then in the third round, he really just started to enforce his will. He caught him with a beautifully timed slip straight. And like I said, one punch from Conor McGregor can change the complexity of the fight completely. He is never out of a fight, no matter how hurt he is, no matter how hurt his legs are. It only takes one, and that's what it took for Conor to really put Dustin out there.
And you have to think, he took a risk going back to his original stance to get more power. He could have been leg kicked anytime, but I think Bone doing work was like, okay, if you switch it, he's going to check the leg kicks, and that kind of opened him up a little bit more. But man, what an interesting result. Good. I mean, that goes to show, like, you can't win. There's a reason why it's 3 rounds. There's 1 round, there's 2 rounds. You need to win. You need to be definitive when you win all these rounds. You need to find a way to be consistent. You can't just have one moment of glory and think you're going to win the fight. You need to put it all together to have a successful game plan. But man, our fights in, Crooks, and they have all been great. And now we're finally into the co-main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is AJS Caliber going against Dragon, and in the welterweight division. A lot of interesting picks that could be made here, but man, I'm super excited about this fight right here, Crooks.
Yeah, I'm excited as well, especially in this division. Like you said, there is so many picks. As we see, AJS is probably going to go with this Kamaru Usman pick here. And
Robbie
interesting
Lawler.
enough,
Ooh.
Dragon is going to go with the ruthless one, Robbie Lawler, who has heavy hands and great health stats. So we're going to see, like, again, it is the ancient striker versus grappler matchup here. Who is going to be able to enforce their will here in this co-main event?
I like these kind of stories. Grappler versus striker, they're my kind of fights. I mean, it's who puts their best ability, who use more of their strengths. I mean, we saw Bisping earlier this IXC card, and now we get to see a Robbie Lawler going against a current meta Kamaru Usman. I mean, this is what you want to see in a co-main. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. AJS Caliber in the red gloves using Kamaru Usman, and then Dragon using Robbie Lawler, the unorthodox pick. Tries to go for a front kick, not able to land, and we're already frying the phone, but Rock'em Sakarowa is how we're going to start this fight out. As a good knee landing and some good hooks, and you have to wait. What is happening? Wait a minute. What is Dragon doing? He's just letting these strikes land in, and it leads to a knockdown. Crooks, can you explain what just happened there?
It looked like his controller might have died, or maybe his finger slipped off, or maybe he dropped his controller after being so nervous of this fight. But it looks like AJS is going to be willing to exchange with him here in the pocket, which could
oh my god,
which could be to his benefit, but it could be to his detriment. Kamaru Usman got a good buff to his stats here, but it looks like we're just pocket fighting right here. Dragon is like, you know what? I'm not taking one back step, as AJS is able to get a beautiful takedown here. Now AJS needs to capitalize on this position that he's in here, Kingsley.
So I see that we've decided to choose chaos today in this co-main event. I mean, just crazy shots, and now, oh my god, punches and bunches into side control. So far, so good from AJS Caliber. I mean, able to knock down from the get-go. That would put you in a good mood, just like a sigh of relief. But again, Dragon, I'm very curious. I mean, it'd be interesting to know what happened in that scenario that let him get pieced up so bad. I mean, we can't see the head health stats, but going for a backpack right here in a better position than he was earlier in the round, but again, into a backside position. Dragon needs to do some massive damage right here if he wants to come back.
Yeah, and even if he's not doing a lot of damage, he is breaking that block down, but Kamaru Usman does have that roll, and now we are back in the side control. He is able to deny that crucifix, but he gets the sprawl position blocked. He needs to be very careful, because this is a very dangerous position to be in with Kamaru Usman, because he does have the crucifix, and he does have the Kimura. Now, Lawler's stamina is down. Dragon's stamina is down, which means it's going to make it easier for AJS Caliber to get a transition into whatever transition he decides to go for. As he goes for the crucifix, now this is trouble. This is very big trouble, as he's able to get that first denial, and he's raining elbows down. But good job punch flicking by Dragon there.
Yeah, and I have to say, with under 1 minute to go, I don't want to like put it out there in the universe, but this kind of seems familiar to what we see in the co-main. It seems like just a little nervous energy from Dragon, and just like it seems like it's been an adrenaline dump in the first couple of times, and then it just seems like he just stiffed up. Like it seems like very unorthodox than what we usually see from Dragon, but good job for Caliber for just actually taking advantage of the situation as we're winding down the first round with 15 seconds to go. And I feel like Kamaru Usman, he's going to stick to the posture up and stay in this position and just score some points right here, Chris.
Yeah, he's just trying to play it safe and get some good ground and pound in there as they end the first round.
Weird scenario. I've never seen that before. I don't think I've ever seen anyone go through a situation like that and just stand and take so much damage. Hopefully Robbie Lawler, he landed with the flying knee in the second round. Again, this is your co-main, excuse me. AJS Caliber in the red gloves, Dragon in the blue, and now we see a different kind of scenario from Dragon able to get those body shots in. Oh, but the uppercut landed in a huge rock. Kamaru Usman trying to find his way to get his opponent knocked down again, but again, Robbie Lawler, heavy hands, but a knockdown landing for Caliber. Caliber in the same position as he were. Can he finish the fight right here, Crooks?
Yeah, it's going to be tough, because Robbie Lawler does have such good health stats, but he isn't half guard here. Let's see what he tries to go for. He does unfortunately get swept into the full guard, but he does posture up and take that free transition there. He's going for side control again. He's going to get it here, and this is where he held him off the last time. He was able to drain his stamina. I would imagine Dragon's not going to allow him to do that again, but as he's able to get that sweep into half guard there, But here, AJS just needs to control, get some good ground and pound in with Kamaru Usman, just really take his time here and not allow Dragon to get in a position where he can either escape or get top position himself.
And with a little over 3 minutes to go in the second round, posture up with punches and bunches to the face of Robbie Lawler. And Lawler needs to find a way, but again, another denial in the same situation. Oh, but as soon as I said that, nice reversal from Dragon. Now Dragon needs to put the pedal to the metal. He needs to get some damage right here and just find a way to just get some momentum back. He's already down like heavily so far, but good striking. That head health is getting lower and lower, but now with plenty of time for Dragon, he needs to capitalize right here, Francis.
Yeah, he needs to try to control Kamaru Usman in his full mount as he gets swept back there to half guard. Now he needs to get some control in, maybe block a transition, then get some solid ground and pound in. He needs to be real careful that he doesn't get blocked and then pushed up against the cage here, which is an option for AJS Caliber, but it looks like instead he's just going to sit here and eat the body damage and try to block Dragon from getting to backside as he's blocked of a transition himself and does allow Dragon to get to backside. Dragon tries to posture up, but that's blocked. Kamaru rolls into full guard here. Now here he is a lot safer than he was when he was in backside. Dragon's going to try to get the stack guard here. He does get it. And now he needs to get some good ground and pound damage off here as he does with those 2 hooks, but he gets swept right there at Kingsley.
And you have the thing, it's good to go for this stack guard. It's good to get some damage. But when you try to keep it back up to the center, I mean, he did get rocked, but man, he's taking a lot of punch here. And he's not able to deny those transitions into the posture up. And with 30 seconds to go, he needs to find a way in another denial. We can't see the stamina stats for Robbie Lawler, but you have to imagine head health low, stamina kind of low, but Caliber just seems like he's going to stay in this position. And again, another solid round for AJS Caliber in his co-main event right here.
Yeah, AJS Caliber, he had some good moments on the feet as well as on the ground. He really controlled no matter where that fight went there in that round.
And already we're in the third and final round for co-main event. One more fight after this one, IXC 8 here on ESFL Network. And already Caliber in the red gloves, trying to gauge his distance. He knows he has some striking ability. Oh, but a vicious whip into a left hook from Caliber. Caliber looking really nice, but a head kick. Not really doing as much as trying to go for overhand, but man, he's trying to put this away, but a knee landing, but not really doing much for the head health. And now we see Dragon trying to go for the kitchen sink, but again, another rock into a knee, not really landing as much. Uppercut, landing, has his back to the cage. We need to find a way to get his back off the cage. We're in the center of the octagon. Oh, nice hook. But Caliber, so far so good, able to get some hooks, but in this situation, Crooks, you have to think, Caliber, he has his fighting back. He's able to get some rocks and some knockdowns. How careful do you need to be when it goes against a desperate opponent like Dragon?
Oh, you need to be careful not to make a huge mistake as he catches him with another beautiful uppercut right there and rocks him, and then he sleeps him with that straight. Robbie Lawler was trying to throw a kick, and he got caught mid-animation and just got slept. But it was an absolutely beautiful performance from AJS Caliber. He dominated in the wrestling, in the stand-up, and in the clinch exchanges that they had. What a beautiful, beautiful performance by AJS Caliber.
Look at this replay. Stiff as the board as he just falls down from the left straight. As a good performance from AJS Caliber. It seemed like Dragon just got off the wrong foot, but Caliber able to put it together, not be fazed by the flying knees, any maneuvers that Dragon was going to do after. And then when it came to the ground, it was just a be-all, end-all story for Caliber, just denying half-guard transitions, all that stuff. It seemed like he really had a game plan, and he stuck with it, and it just came out perfectly.
Yeah, it really did. He had a great game plan for addressing that Robbie Lawler stand-up. Robbie Lawler can be a nightmare if you allow him to execute a good, solid game plan. He has heavy hands, but as we all know, Robbie Lawler isn't the best on the ground. So what AJS did early was he got him down on the ground. He controlled him. He got some good ground and pound in. And then in that second round, he started to take it to him in the stand-up. Like I was saying prior to the fight starting, Kamaru Usman did get a nice buff to his stand-up. So he's hitting him with that good jab, that good straight, and was getting some solid damage in. And then in the third round, he just really took over. Robbie Lawler did not have the health stats that he did earlier in the fight, and he caught him in that animation to just put him to sleep. Overall, it was a great performance by Caliber.
Yeah, absolutely. And man, So far, so good. But before we get into our co-main event, again, this is the ESFL Network. These are one of our affiliate leagues, IXC, and you can catch your watch all of these events every single Wednesday at this particular time at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We always have one of our affiliate leagues, IXC, the UFL, Primetime MMA. Primetime MMA is going to be up next every Wednesday, and we just rotate throughout the affiliate leagues on Wednesday night. So if you ever want to see the up-and-comers to the ESFL, be sure to be on this channel live here on Twitch and on YouTube to see these amazing fights. And then also, along with that, you get 3 more events every single time you go to these channels, and you get a whole VOD on YouTube as well. You have the Friday multi-tournament where it's hosted by Ed Parker and the usual suspects in a tournament, which is always amazing. And then Saturday and Sunday is our ESFL number cards, where you get to see a championship on the line on Saturdays, and then you can see the people in the ESFL get an opportunity on Sundays to make a name for themselves, whether it's PS4 or Xbox. And then along with that, you could join our Discord if you want to be a part of these fight cards. If you say, hey, I could do better than that guy, you see that co-main, I could be in that co-main. Join our Discord, join our affiliate league Discords, and try to be a part of this community and sign up for fights. Put in the practice in, train in UFC 4, and then maybe we'll be able to commentate one of your fights. And then you could be saying, hey, I got my fights commentated by Kingsley and Crooks, and that was amazing. Oh my God, I got to win. Thank you so much. It'd be crazy. So yeah, all amazing stuff. It's going to get bigger and better every single time that we do these things. And also we're going to have perks for the YouTube side, which you have ESFL camp emotes. You get a follow from ESFL. And then the highest tier, you get to fight an ESFL champion or a former champ. I mean, you get valuable knowledge every single time. And Crooks, I know you could attest to that. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's actually a really great offer. I mean, how many times have you guys looked at the top 100 leaderboards and messaged your one of those guys being like, "Hey, let me get a spar"? But you can get that for just subscribing to the ESFL channel. You are guaranteed to get a fight against either a champion that's in the ESFL right now or a former champion. You can maybe train with a guy like Zayev. You can maybe train with a guy like Romero or Goat. If you're on the PlayStation side, or if you're on Xbox, go ahead and train with Suave Jamie, who's undefeated, and you get to learn little tips and tricks from those guys that can really take your game to the next level, as well as getting to watch VODs of these past events. And we've had some great fights, not only on Wednesday nights on the affiliate league cards, but on the numbered cards as well as on the Muay Thai side of it as well. So you get a great deal for what you pay for, as well as getting to fight some of the elite players.
Yeah, follow the Twitch channel, subscribe to YouTube. If you feel like you want to be getting those perks, there's tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 for the YouTube side as well. So you can get all those perks, and it's all worth it if you want to be a part of this amazing community. Okay, we finally got all that stuff all out of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you've been waiting for this because it's about that time, ladies and gentlemen. It is your main event of the evening. It is JD, formerly known as Slickster, going against AJS the Pug in the 5-round main event. And this is in the lightweight division. Charles Oliveira going against Dustin Poirier in a very interesting matchup that we see right here for the main event right here, Crooks.
Yeah, it's a very, very interesting matchup. We could have very well seen this fight happen in real life. These guys are two of the best in the lightweight division right now. Charles Oliveira has very good boxing and a very good ground game against Dustin, who has some elite stand-up skills and has very good ground game as well. So we're going to see which avenue these fighters try to take this fight here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening for the IXC card on the ESFL Network. AJS the Pug using Dustin Poirier in the red gloves, Slickster, a.k.a. JD, in the blue gloves using Charles Oliveira, and already a different kind of pace, a main event pace that we're seeing right here as we see leg kicks, a little change up of balance of the striking, and already just 1s and 2s connecting, body shots being landed, mixing up the levels, no one trying to be very predictable, and a good knee onto the body. A Dustin Poirier Pug needs to find a way to just get out of the way, and a nice counterpuncher move, trying to get his opponent to his back to the cage, but already back to the center of the octagon.
Yeah, I like how AJ is just hitting He's taking his time. He's taking his turn, as we would say. You know, he's jab straighting, and then he's immediately getting out of that pocket. He does not want to get clinched by Charles Oliveira and taken down, but he needs to be very careful with circling his back to the cage like this, because if Charles Oliveira does shoot for a double leg bail, he can push Dustin Poirier up against that cage and start to try to take his back. But if I'm Slickster, I'm trying to play it patient here. I'm waiting for my opportunity to whether it be shoot for a takedown or clinch Dustin Poirier, like I said, and try to get him in a bad position here, Kingsley.
Yeah, and he has 5 rounds to play with in this main event right here, and already just seeing body shots and leg kicks coming out of the way from Pug. Pug able to find his way into some hooks, damaging that head hook, going halfway, but a good answer so far from JD. JD needs to find a way to just keep up this pressure and just be solid, not make any mistakes trying to go with this pressure. So far, so good for both the players, having some both lights of a momentum as a nice knee landing on the body of Dustin Poirier, but a nice answer with that hook. So far, so good. Nice check of the leg kicks and a nice slip into the right for Pug. Pug able to just play a little bit more of this counter-puncher style, and it seems like he's finding his rhythm with the striking right here, Crooks.
Yeah, he is. He's doing a good job. I find it real interesting and very, very smart that AJ's the plug switched into orthodox, which is not Dustin Poirier's preferred stance or his normal stance. His normal stance is southpaw, but because he's calf kicking those legs, he noticed that Slickster was starting to get catch on to the timing of the leg kicks, so he switched into that stance, so that way if his leg kick does get checked, he can switch back into Dustin Poirier's power stance. Now, if you look at Slickster's doing a very, very good job of not only checking those calf kicks, but he's applying the right amount of pressure to get a good reaction out of AJ's the plug as he gets hit there with a good calf kick. But he's popping that jab out there. He's not overextending to where Dustin could catch him if he's moving in with a stationary combination. I'd like to see a little more clinch work from him just to mix it up, but overall it's been a very, very close fight here in this first round.
Yeah, and we are at the end of the first round right there. Both guys having some good momentum builders in that round. As you see a replay, just the body shots landing, and also with the leg kicks as well from Pug. Pug able to find his way into his opponent's body, but again, it's up to JD, aka Slickster, to find his way and just adapt to what he's seen in the second round again. Again, this is the second round of your main event. Pug in the red gloves uses Dustin Poirier, Slickster, aka JD, in the blue, and already the first takedown attempt that we see in the second round, saying, you know what, from the first round, I don't want you attacking my legs, so I'm going to bring you into uncharted waters, into the ground game, and see how you deal with it.
Yeah, and here we're in a position where Charles Oliveira has a little bit of an edge over Dustin Poirier. His ground stats are very, very good, as Charles Oliveira is a great ground fighter and has great jiu-jitsu in real life. So, but he also needs to be careful here in this full guard. Dustin Poirier does have a good rubber guard and does have good submissions as he gets swept right there in the top mount. Now, Dustin's going to try to post. Oh, he goes for an arm bar here. Oh, no, he's going for an arm triangle here, which is actually a choke. Oh, no, he's going for a gogo plata. I'm sorry. Dustin does have good choke submissions here. So, Slickster needs to be very, very careful, but he's filling up the meter very, very nicely here, Kingsley.
It was a little bit scary for a second. It seemed like they were a little bit even when it came down to it. That has to be something of note from Pug. I mean, if he's able to get that submission, if he's able to get that close, I mean, imagine what he could possibly do. And now we're in the north-south situation. You don't usually see that in the ESFL nor UFC 4. But again, Slickster, AD trying to find his way into a backside position as he gets it. But now we're in the full mount position. Transition into a half guard, and so far Slickster taking his time, not really pressuring his opponent to focus on the posture, but into a rubber guard. And you have to think this is his chance to reverse it, but will Slickster find a way to get out of it? He does. Taking a little bit of a chess match with his opponent, trying to find his way into top mount as he does. With 2 minutes to go, he has plenty of time, but as soon as I said that, now we're back in the 7. And a nice front kick landing from JD. JD doing some good stuff with the striking, but now he needs to find a way to get more damage right here, Crooks.
Yeah, and in my opinion, AJ's the plug does have the lead in this round. So in the stand-up, Slickster kind of needs to be aggressive if he wants to win this round here, because AJ's the plug was able to get very, very close on that go-go plata, like you were saying earlier. As Slickster goes for the takedown again, but it is stuffed. Good job by AJ's. He realizes that he's got the round, so he's being very, very good at being evasive here. He throws a 4-punch combination, but all it does is break the block there. He's keeping him away by just jabbing him and straightening him, making him aware that, hey, if you come in here, I'm going to hit you with a 4-piece, so you better be very, very careful and very choosy with what you throw here. But overall, it looks like this round, unless something drastic happens, it's going to go to AJ's the plug.
And I'm seeing a bit of a pattern that we're seeing from Pug. I mean, every time he's back into the cage, he's always going to do a side step to get out of the position every time he sees JD move forward. So if we see a head kick, that could be very detrimental. But so far, as we end the second round right here, again, that side step, again, let's see if Slickster is going to nose that going into the third round right here. As we take a look at the replay, a nice uppercut landing from JD, but now he has so few little rounds to go. It's not 3 rounds, but 5 rounds. But he needs to make an attempt to get this round right here, Crooks.
Yeah, he does. He needs to try to. It might be 1-1 going into this third, but like you said earlier, who knows with these UFC 4 judges? Man, I couldn't tell you the criteria that most of these guys judge these fights on. But as Slickster tries to get the takedown, but it's denied there by AJ's the plug. Now let's see if he's going to try to put some pressure on here. He gets caught with that uppercut going down to the body. Now he needs to be very, very careful. He's going to back himself up to the cage right here. But like you said, he is tending to major lunge out of the corner when he gets trapped right there. So that is very much something that I think Slickster is going to be looking for with a head kick. But it's going to be very, very hard to time as he's able to land a beautiful body kick right there. Now it looks like they're just getting more and more comfortable exchanging in this pocket here, Kingsley.
Absolutely. We see nice uppercuts landing, nice slips, just get out of the move, and a nice check of the leg kicks. Both guys doing very well defensively as we're almost near the halfway mark of this third round right here. And so far, Pug just being the counterpuncher that he is, doing some good job. I'm surprised he's abandoning. Oh, good knee. I was going to say, I'm surprised he's abandoning the leg kicks, but he's doing a good job landing those knees. And now it's up to Slickster using the leg kicks of his own. But the body shots landed, but he needs to watch out. Every time he tries to land those body shots, he's going to get punished. And it seems like those right hooks are going to be the move that he's trying to get punished by. Right now, in the center of the octagon, it's a right straight, lands into the body. Both head held, body held, being very low head held, blinking, and the body does the job as he knocks down his opponent. And now it's up to Pug. Can he finish the fight? It's close, and that is it. AJS the Pug able to get the victory in the main event in the third round. Impressive victory from the Pug right there, Crooks.
Yeah, it was impressive. He put in great work to that head. He bid his time until the right moment, was able to get that rock with that beautiful straight with the right hand, and then immediately ripped to that body. Now the body got rocked right there because he was doing great work to it, and the body health was already low, so he knew immediately once he rocked him to the head that he was going to be able to rip to that body and get a body rock. And there is no worse position to be in UFC 4 than having your head rocked and then having your body rocked, because then they can just hit you with whatever mix-up they want, and you just got to hope that you make that right read. But great performance by AJ's the Plug. And Slickster as well. He made some good adjustments. He came up on the short end of that fight there.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to see these guys in future IXC cards, but it was a good performance from the Pug. I mean, he was able to be very defensive. He didn't fully press the action until he felt like the time was right. He wasn't overly just to do it, with his moves. He had a plan for every single move. When he went to the leg kicks, he had a plan. When he went to the bite, he had a plan. He was laying the groundwork for that later knockout, and it just worked very well. It was just, unfortunately for JD, aka Slickster, it was just he ran out of time. He ran out of head health and stamina, and wasn't his fight. I'm sure we're going to see these guys in the future. But speaking of guys that we're going to see in the future, let's take a look back at the fight card in general, just summarize what we've seen so far. I mean, the first fight was some fireworks between Smart Brady and Stewie from the AJS camp, and then Snatch My Life doing a great performance when it comes to fighting on the ground. Then Gorilla Sounds versus Skulls, that was a good fight. And then Bone Doing Work, Seymour claiming a victory against Bone Doing Work. All great fights that we've seen so far. I mean, when you take a look at this whole fight card, Crooks, what fight took you by surprise so far?
The one that really stood out to me, and in terms of how crazy it was obviously the first fight. We had a Holloway versus Holloway matchup with Smart Brady and AJS Stewie. That one was a barn burner. But in terms of performance, Satchmo and AJS had the best performances of the night. Satchmo with his Henry Cejudo pick just absolutely dominated in every single facet of MMA against Flacco's Cody Garbrandt. And then AJS, the way he was able to put it on Crazy Dragons, Robbie Lawler was very, very impressive. And the main event, AJS, the plug, he really, really bid his time, like you said, and struck at the right time. He slowly put in that body work. He was putting in that body work. He wasn't overcommitting to the point where, JD was like, man, I got to really stop this guy from going to my body. He was able to hit him with a good straight, get a good rock, and then immediately went to the body and was able to get that finish. So overall, all of these fights were great. They were all great fights. None of them were too. There was no spam or like nothing. No people abusing broken moves or anything like that. Overall, it was a great card, and I really enjoyed calling it.
It was an amazing card. I mean, it was a good, short, sweet. I don't think we only had like one decision in this whole fight card, so nothing but knockouts and just spectacular gameplay that we're always seeing in one of our affiliate leagues. And it doesn't end here. We also have UFL and Primetime MMA being on like deck for our next affiliate cards. I mean, speaking of amazing fights, all of these affiliate leagues put on amazing fights. And we don't end the week just here with Wednesday nights. We also have Friday night. We also have Saturday afternoon and Sunday night. All amazing fights. We still got the Friday multi. That's gonna be our next event here on Twitch and on YouTube for the ESFL with their multi tournament. And then we go to our usual ESFL number cards, which is going to be a lot of fun. I think a championship, it will be on the line on Saturday. I think on the Xbox side too. And then we just get to see the rest of it on PS4 side on Sunday. So a lot of great things. It's not just in here. And then also you have an entire VOD that you could catch up, see what's been happening in the new season on YouTube and on Twitch. If you want to see our ugly mugs from last Sunday, we had a spectacular time calling those cards. And you never know. Amazing things can happen. And it's all a matter of whether you're going to be a part of it as well. And then also, if you want to be a part of it, join our Discord. If you want to have a fight, join our Discord. Sign up, train, practice. Find a way to be more involved if you really love what you're seeing and say, hey, I could do that someday. And climb the ladder, maybe we get to call you as the new ESFL champ in the future. A lot of big and awesome things are happening in the future, and we can't wait to be a part of it with you. And without further ado, Crooks, any last words before we head on out?
Hey, I just want to give a quick shout out to all the fighters that competed tonight. Whether you won or you lost, you got in here and you tried your best. You put on entertaining fights for all of us. Like you said, we only had one decision, and even in that decision fight, it was very, very close. So shout out to all the competitors. Shout out to the staff members and the staff from the IXC for putting on such an amazing card. You guys have not disappointed. Every single time we've called an IXC card, it has been absolutely amazing, and you have some absolutely amazing fighters. As you guys have showed us, these are the best of that league. So shout out to you guys, and shout out to the ESFL staff, and shout out to the producers that allow us to hop on and have a good time with you guys. And shout out to you guys last for coming in and having a good time with us. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here to broadcast to anybody. So thank you guys for coming through, spending your night with us, and having a good time with us. I really enjoy every single time I come and call these fights on Wednesday nights.
I couldn't said it better myself, Krugs. I mean, you hit it nail on the head. It's always been a pleasure. I salute everyone who helps us make these happen every single Wednesday nights and just put in some amazing fights and just helping us out to make things possible every single week, especially with 4 events every single week. So I'm always appreciative. I'm always loving being in commentary with you, man. I can't wait to see your stream, to see your latest video on your YouTube and Twitch. And actually, your only YouTube channel. You stream on YouTube and make videos and have awesome content. So you definitely check Crooks out on his stellar gameplay, just plugging all that stuff. But okay, without further ado, we're going to end the show here. Again, we will see you guys on Friday, but we will see you again on Wednesday nights. This has been the ESFL Network. I have been Kingsley. That has been Crooks. We salute every single one of you guys for being here in the chat. We will see you guys at the next fight. So have a good one and peace out.